How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray collection update with 14 Blu-rays right here. Thumbnail face. And as always, if you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them as well, especially since I've only seen a couple of these ones. All of these films are from Olive Films as well. And first up is It, The Terror from Beyond Space. I have seen this one, but I saw it when I was like a teenager, late at night. It's been a long time. It's always one that I remember though, because it had the guy in the rubber suit essentially. That's when I love sci-fi films from back in the day, creatures in rubber suits and things like that. You know, so much of with your imagination. Now it's all CG and stuff like that. I really enjoy this. This is 1958, I believe, which was a good year for sci-fi. And basically, I think it was an influential film to the movie Aliens as well, or Alien. And that and Mario Bava's Planet of the Vampires. I think both of those ones kind of, this movie and that one, influenced Alien as well. Dan O'Bannon, may he rest in peace. But this one right here, they're going to, or it's a rescue mission to Mars, and they find this guy who's the only guy left of the crew, and they think he killed everybody, but he's saying it's this creature, and you find out it. And can't wait to check this one out on Blu-ray to see what it looks like. It reaches through space, scoops up men and women, gorgeous on blood. Now, if that isn't a tagline that gets you interested, I don't know what is. That's awesome. Can't wait to recheck this one out. Like I said, it's been since I was a teenager. Next up is Peter Benchley's Creature, which I remember really enjoying the heck out of this one. I believe Stan Winston did some of the creature effects on here. And it has Craig T. Nelson, Kim Cattrall, a few other recognizable people in here too. I'm trying to see if they have it on the back. Calm Foray. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I believe he was in Storm of the Century as well. But a bunch of other recognizable faces in here too. Michael Michel. But yeah, basically the military is conducting tests, and there's a shark-human hybrid that is freaking awesome. That you get it has a decent amount of screen time on here. You can see a couple shots right there, and then that's what it looks like right in the front right there. Not really giving too much away because it's right there in the front cover. I remember the old DVD, which was that MGM release, which is out of print now. It's just the cover with Craig T. Nelson and Kim Cattrall standing on the front right there. So this one right here kind of gives it away, but this is why you buy this one. I believe it was a TV miniseries as well. It's a little bit lengthy, but I think it's well worth it. It's 176 minutes, but the creature effects are awesome in here. Really enjoyed the heck out of this one. Can't wait to check it out on Blu-ray. That's one thing I love about Olive Films. They're putting out so many films that would not get a release otherwise, and I really appreciate that. Some of them, you know, lack special features, but I think in this day and age of Blu-ray, you know, we're getting kind of a little bit spoiled, if you will, because a lot of times, you know, I like having the special features, but I don't always watch them all. But again, what it comes down to is the film. They're, you know, getting new transfers. They're looking a lot better, and a lot of these ones wouldn't have even DVD releases prior. So to get the Blu-ray release is awesome. A lot of these ones I didn't think ever would get a Blu-ray release, so I'm really happy. Next one is Satan's Blade. This is the 30th anniversary edition. I don't know anything about this one. It looks like a backwoods slasher. I've never even heard of this one before, honestly. Yeah, and I like the way that it has a little design right here. It kind of looks like an old VHS like rental store where it has little stickers on there, slasher, and like little different things, slasher video down there. So it actually has you know, a bunch of special features on this one actually too. So director narrative, remembering Satan's Blade director's interview, a whole bunch of different stuff in here. So looking forward to checking this one out. That cover looks awesome, and there you go. They're usually in Olive Films. They have an advertisement for other films on there as well. And they have the disc artwork, which I appreciate. So looking forward to checking this one out. I like backwoods slasher. For me, Just Before Dawn is the epitome of that, and I really liked their first Wrong Turn movie a lot as well. And the second one was decent too. They kind of got progressively worse as they went along. Although I did like the last one. I know a lot of people didn't, but to me it was like the Caligula of the Wrong Turn franchise. Next up is Farrah Fawcett in Extremities. I haven't heard of this one before, but it looks like a kind of she's fighting against somebody who she was a victim of a robbery and a rape attack, but she gets away, but then the guy finds her and she has to fight for survival. That's what it seems like right there. Next up is Flawless with Robert De Niro and Philip Seymour Hoffman. May Philip Seymour Hoffman rest in peace. Fantastic actor. I don't know too much about this one. De Niro suffers a stroke. I guess he has to some unorthodox therapy is recommended to him. So I guess it almost seems like as good as it gets from the description in the back with Jack Nicholson a little bit. But the supporting cast in here is awesome. You get a whole bunch of other recognizable people in here too. Barry Miller, Chris Bauer, a bunch of other people. But looking forward to checking this one out, especially because of the cast. Next up is How to Beat the High Cost of Living right here. And again, this is one I haven't heard of before, but it reminds me of a bunch of other different female like heist movies from the back on here. Comedic with a whole bunch of different female cast in here. You've got Susan St. James from Kate and Alley. You've got Jane Curtin from Kate and Alley, which I used to watch that TV show all the time when I was a kid. And of course, she was also from Saturday Night Live, Jessica Lange, Richard Benjamin. So this looks like a lot of fun right here. So looking forward to checking this one out. Next up is Chattahoochee. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. The cast again looks incredible. It looks kind of like it looks like a prisoner escape kind of movie. It was based off the true story of Chris Callahan and his experience in a mental institution, actually. Okay, I thought it was a prison movie. Yeah, I guess a Korean war hero was institutionalized in a hospital in Chattahoochee, Florida. So yeah, I guess there's it's crusade against the system and doctors and staff who brutalize the patients. So that sounds fun. Kind of reminds me of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest a little bit. But Gary Oldman and Dennis Hopper, fantastic actors. And there's a few other recognizable faces right here on the back as well. Frances McDormand, Ned Beatty in here. So definitely looking forward to that. I'm expecting some good drama in here and strong performances. Again, I love the heck out of Gary Oldman as an actor. Next up is, I think this is the last one that I actually have seen in here. I've only seen a few in here, like I did say before. Dangerously Close. This is from Canon Films, one of the better Canon Film releases from back in the day. This one right here was one that I remember it was pretty violent. Like I said, I haven't seen this one since I was a kid. And but it has John Stockwell was really good in here, and it has the guy from Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2 and Jason Lives. Tom Matthews, I believe, was his name in here. I don't think he is on the back, though. I don't see him on the back. But he was definitely in here. And I remember it's just this group of crazy high school students killing people. What was the game they played, like Hunt Down or something like that? It's like a Manhunt, but they're killing people. They're killing the undesirables, and there's people that fight against them. And there's a shot at the end that was iconic, and great music in here too. Fine Young Cannibals, Robert Palmer, so Van Halen too. This is one I'm definitely looking forward to checking out again. It's been a long time, but I definitely really liked John Stockwell in here, and J. Eddie Peck as well. So can't wait to. I remember this reminds me of so many other movies though. I can't remember, Massacre at Valley High, I think it was. There's a bunch of other ones. But yeah, I remember this one being really good, especially one of the better ones from Canon. Next up is The End of Violence, which again, the cast in here is awesome. Bill Pullman, Andy McDowell, Gabriel Byrne, and I don't know too much about it. Modern tale of commercialism, consumerism, and I guess there's a Hollywood producer involved. But it looks like it's going to have some good drama in here as well. Kind of like a Big Brother aspect going on too, always being watched in society and things like that. So looking forward to checking this one out. Next up is The Quiet Gun, which looks to be a Western movie with Lee Van Cleef, who's obviously recognizable, been in a ton of great Western films. The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. He was in Day of Anger as well, and which was recently out on Arrow Video. And yeah, it just looks like a Western movie from 1957. And a few other people in here. Jim Davis, a few other recognizable older actors who've been in other Westerns, I believe, as well. So looking forward to checking that out. Next up is The Beat Generation, which this looks like it's going to have some jazz players right there in the back. Steve Cochran, and I love the cover to that though, by the way. This is set in the 50s, and oh wow, this is cool. I didn't know this was co-written by Richard Matheson, who wrote so many great novels that were adapted, especially I Am Legend, which is a personal favorite of mine. And Louis Meltzer, who did The Man with the Golden Arm. And apparently there's a woman-hating cop, and there's a serial rapist, and I guess there's also societal aspects in here as well. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. And yeah, that's who I thought it was. I didn't want to say it, but it's a cameo on here from Satchmo, Louis Armstrong on here, and a bunch of other singers from that time. So looking forward to checking that out. Next up is Blue Sky with Jessica Lange and Tommy Lee Jones. Jessica Lange was also in this movie right here as well, How to Beat the High Cost of Living. So she's in a few different releases from Olive Films right now. But this one right here looks like kind of a war movie right here. And kind of reminds me of An Officer and Gentleman from the cover. But I don't know too much about it. But I do really enjoy Tommy Lee Jones as an actor. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. An earlier role from him. And next up, Without a Clue with Michael Caine and Ben Kingsley. Fantastic actors. Looks like from when they were a little bit younger. Kind of looks like Sherlock Holmes-esque a little bit right there. It is, okay. I really should look more into this before, but this is kind of a fly from the seat of my pants kind of review. This is basically just, a mail day video. I got them in the mail. Once I do view them, I'll do a proper Blu-ray DVD update going more in depth about them. So yeah, this is a Sherlock Holmes adaptation right here. Sherlock Holmes and Watson. So looking forward to checking this one out. Looks like with that cast, it's definitely going to draw you in, so I'm expecting some good acting performances there. Next up is Behind Enemy Lines, which I don't know if the Gene Hackman, Owen Wilson one was a remake or not of this, but yeah, it definitely sounds like it. So I assume it is a remake from this is the original right here. Basically, a soldier is trying to find nuclear triggers before they find enemy hands. But things go wrong, and he's captured, and he has to try to make it home. And yeah, so this is what the Behind Enemy Lines, the remake, was based upon. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I'm expecting good action and war elements going on here. So there we go. There are the 14 Blu-ray pickups I got from Olive Films. And if you've seen any of them, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. Leave me a comment or a video response down below, especially since a lot of these ones I haven't seen before, and the ones that I have seen, it's been a while. But I'm definitely looking forward to checking them out on Blu-ray. And I'm really happy with this. Not all of them have special features, but these are a lot of films that wouldn't get a Blu-ray release otherwise. So I really do appreciate what Olive Films is doing with their releases and things like that. Like, I never would have expected Creature right there to get a Blu-ray release, or The Terror from Beyond Space. Like, I'm just souped about this, or Dangerously Close for that matter. Like, I'm shocked. And Satan's Blade, I'm really looking forward to checking that one out. I like a good backwoods slasher, and that cover is totally awesome. Reminds me of video rental stores growing up as a kid. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoy this one. And again, once I do view them all, I'll do a proper Blu-ray DVD update, talking about them more in depth and reviewing them properly. But I just wanted to go on here and show this to you real quick. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.